Hi, welcome to AMA TV. I'm Greg Millman, and with me today is Alexis Cardona, CMO of Transitions Optical. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for
having
being here. Good. Just help us understand a little bit more about you. What's your background? Where have you been?
Oh, well, sure. Well, I've been in the area now for about 2.5 years. Since July of 2010, moved down from Ohio. So I'm an Ohioan, I guess, originally. Before that, Michigan. Before that, Puerto Rico. I've been in kind of many places, and have been moved down here to pursue an opportunity with Transitions Optical, and have been with them about 2.5 years. Prior to Transitions Optical, I was with Procter & Gamble for close to 15 years in a variety of roles and positions, but always doing brand marketing, which is my first passion. So,
Tell us, how do you define brand and brand marketing?
Brand is interesting. It's defined many different ways by many different people. Some people believe it's the promotion side of the business. Some people think it's, the communication side. It's the name of a product. It's all of those things, but it's a lot more, right? So basically, it's the sum of all the experiences that a consumer or a customer has with your company, with your brand, with the product or service that you offer at every single point of contact. The sum of all of that is your brand. Every interaction, from the way a receptionist answers the phone, to a product you launch, to a banner on a website, to how you handle customer orders, is part of your brand experience. So the sum of all those experiences over time is brand, and that becomes brand equity. And like a house, you either have positive equity, you're building value, or you have negative equity.
In your opinion, over, let's say, the last 20, 25 years, have you seen a difference in how companies brand themselves? Have you seen a sea change in how the definition of brand, or has it been relatively steady throughout, the last 2-3 decades?
I think it's evolved for a variety of reasons. I think the importance of brand as really a financial asset of value to the company has really increased. There's so much clutter now in terms of offerings, so many categories that have an endless variety of products, and a lot of times the features are very similar. We're in an information age, right? Now everyone has access to any information at any point in time. So to differentiate has become really, really challenging. And one of the best ways to differentiate is by building a brand. Again, the sum of those experiences makes up a brand that a consumer either chooses to engage with and love or not. So they become your ambassadors. And now that digital is so important, social media is so important, now that it's become very transparent to look within a company and see what that company is about, brand has become critical. It can be the differentiator between two services or two products, two companies that are very similar. So I think, if anything, the consciousness, the understanding that brand can be a huge vehicle for growth has increased, and that you need to steward it and guard it. And it's become more challenging now because it's now become a back and forth dialogue, whereas before it was a one-way conversation from the company to the consumer.
When I think of brand, the names that come to mind are Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Google. For somebody watching this video who may have a small operation, could be a single proprietor or a few employees, there seems such a chasm between that and Coca-Cola. Right. How do you start? What would your recommendation be?
I think it's starting by defining what your brand promise is going to be, and how that's different from the competition and the other services available or products available in your category. It really starts there. Define your brand, right? Define what the promise is that you're going to deliver that no one else can deliver. What kind of benefits are you going to talk about that no one else can talk about? Is that brand definition, that brand promise, wide enough to encompass long-term product evolution or offering evolution or service evolution? It's more than just a tagline, right? Once you start there, any brand can be built. You can be a Coca-Cola, a Google. You can be, Joe's Optical Shop or Joe's Supermarket. It doesn't matter. The essence of it's a brand. I'm going to be consistent in the choices I make to link back to that brand promise. And I'm going to use every single touch point, from a consumer, from an employee uniform to a badge to my business card, to reinforce that brand will make you stand out in your category in the area that you're doing business in. You don't have to be a big brand to do it.
That's great advice. Thank you for being here. We're really looking forward to hearing more about this today at lunch.
Oh, you're welcome. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a lot of fun. I appreciate the invite.